Hello, Phil. Hello, PKCrunchy. Hello, Icy. Hello there, Retro. Hello, Rose. Hello, Table. That was a really good bracket run.
Yeah, I played solidly, but I mean, I think April Fool's Rice did a lot of the work. He just played to my strengths significantly, so it kind of just worked out.
I noticed you didn't drop a single game, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, I had a couple close calls with Rose and Retro, but other than that, yeah, I was able to kind of play pretty solidly.
Not our first time doing an interview, but it's glad to see you again.
Likewise.
Congrats on getting top 8 again this major.
Yeah, it was a pretty silly tournament, but you know,
It was
results are
completely
fun.
normal.
Oh wait, yeah, no, it wasn't silly at all. It was very normal, very typical indeed.
That was a really great showing. That was like a really great showing. I was looking at your bracket results. Oh my god, man.
Yeah, I don't know how I did it.
So that was a really good bracket run you showed. Got to grand finals, and that was a really good showing of Noodle's capabilities and what Noodle has been up to for all the labbing time.
Yeah, there's a lot about the character that you could lab. So
I think my favorite move was Pork's empty jump caber, and not necessarily that is, the move that I'm most excited about, but the idea of adding something else into the jump input, giving the players more options for all the characters, and it doesn't have to be caber, it doesn't have to be limited to Pork. But I'd be excited to see Paul play around with the idea of if you hold back when you jump in this game, it does a different option, whether it's, like a feint jump and you just teleport back, or just an armored empty jump that goes into nothing. I hope we see more iterations on that. I think that would be really cool without being, too confusing for new players.
Grill time. That is one thing that I definitely loved about the April Fool's update. Just grill time. That's all I gotta say. It's such a good move, and I think it should be implemented in the base game. That's all I'm gonna say.
The TODs, I like them a lot. They're pretty much only counter hit, but they're still possible to land in an actual match. I just found that funny. I just enjoyed that a lot.
Mainly just because all the characters are sort of wacky compared to just their normal counterpart. By far my favorite thing was the fact that helicopter install was in the game. It was pretty fun seeing Needle just fly around like pretty fast. Too bad most of the characters had anti-airs anyway.
Something that I noticed is that Onion in the April Fool's patch became way more of a feast or famine character, as Paul described once. And it's really interesting how you make a tighter reversal, but have more rewards since you go full combo. You have way more cancels, but you have less damage, so you are more incentivized to counter hit. It's very, very feast or famine, and then you don't have a lot of your neutral tools. Parry is so good for neutral, but now now you don't have your round. Now you don't have a really good reversal, so it's hard to get in, and then but when you get in, you get a lot of damage.
The dribbling thing for Rice, it was so fun because I could just time, and then they just bounce like a basketball, and it was great.
True. Post KO dribbling is something else.
Dribbling is the greatest taunt, because if you just kill him, you have 2 meter, and you only spent a half a bar, then you can just post KO dribble him many times.
I'm pretty happy with it. I felt like I was playing very well. The first time I played Retro in winners finals, I could tell that I was slowing them down and they were more apprehensive to come in, and they were playing like right at that tippy tip of 5H range and like really taking their time to walk me to the corner. And I get that strategy, but I feel like once you limit yourself to just doing that against Rice, especially as Noodle, who excels at hard callouts. If you're just playing it safe, I kind of, once I saw that, I was like, all right, I think I have this.
It was very lucky, to say the least. I didn't think I would do that well. I entered for the skin, and then I was on call with two of my other friends who were also participating, and I was like, well, I won a set, and then I started winning a lot more. I'm like, oh my, I think I'm actually like doing well for once.
I'm pretty happy with what I got. I was shooting for a little bit higher, but I got just around the area that I wanted to get. I think I won 6 matches in losers bracket, which is a record for me probably.
I mean, I was kind of surprised by it. I was expecting to do a bit worse. Like, I was expecting, not to just kind of steamroll most of the competition. Because I
One
only
second.
dropped one gaming to someone earlier in bracket, but then otherwise I just like won every game until Rainer. So,
Okay, I'll be quick.
I consider myself pretty happy about it.
I feel, except my last set, I feel like I played my very best, and I had the best sets I could possible. Like regarding the PKCrunchy set, they played good and they whooped me. That's like I'm not downplaying that whatsoever, but I was not playing well at all, and I'm very disappointed because I practiced a lot of things that I couldn't get. Like I'm not saying that like oh I should have beat them. I'm saying that we should have had a good set and we did not.
I don't really blame you. I would get a lot of turning nerves too. Like I was dropping a lot of my combos here and there. Like I didn't know to do 5H 5H 5LHS in the corner off of Caber, so I just did something like 5H RC 6S, and that was like
Yeah,
it.
the thing about like the new Onion is that like it's kind of hard to like hit confirm, so I kind of like spam buttons to stabilize my combos.
Mm-hmm.
I think I did really well this bracket. I'm a bit disappointed that I got double eliminated by RetroDot, but like, he was playing absolutely insane that day, so I'm not really too upset.
Well, I still like the idea of trying to win a big tournament with every character. I did Pork, I did Noodle, Onion, and I'm still kind of wrestling with myself whether or not I should count this for Rice. Because part of me is like, well, yeah, it was April Fool's Rice. They were really good. This isn't the normal balance, to expect. But another part of me is like, I think normal Rice could have won this tournament with everyone else's balance changes. I really believe that. It would have been much more challenging to do so, but I think just the fact that that character is capable of pulling it off, and I do believe that, I think that's saying something. But I'll kind of wrestle with that a bit longer to see if I want to keep playing Rice until one more tournament, or if I want to switch to one of the remaining two, which would be Garlic.
Get beef
and
nerfed.
Beef. I see people talk about Beef all the time and how good they are, and to be completely honest with you, I don't see it. I think they're a solid character, but I don't think they're a problem.
I hope I can get top 8s with Onion and Beef. That is my goal.
I'm just working towards the top of the top. I want to get where people like Dab or Wilton or I mean I don't want to say Phil because that's a bit of a stretch, but I want to get better, a lot better.
I mean, I don't have a particular goal for like winning. It's just more so I just want to. At the moment, just want to improve with Noodle. There's plenty of tech that I could learn, and I mainly just want to go to tournaments to have fun rather than focus on placement. I mean, it's just all about learning and having fun for me.
I think okay, well, not to not answer your question, but one thing I'm really interested is how my character develops within balance. Because April Fools is a experimental thing as well. So I'm really interested to see how my character will change and how my playstyle will change as well. So when you ask what are my goals, it's kind of the same. Like I just want to play and have fun. If I do well, I do well. If I do bad, I do bad. I don't really care about that. I just want good sets. And because I really like this game, one thing though is that I kind of want to find more. I think I noticed this. I play Onion a little unconventionally. I would go for heavy resets when Onion is a set play character. But that's kind of how I like to play the character. I don't know why. And I want to find more fun ways to just mix it up a little.
I need to get better at I need to improve at playing neutral, particularly in the carb ditto matchups. I haven't really been practicing those a lot, and I need to kind of start playing them more. And I just hope I can start placing like in top 8 consistently.
I feel great. I think Paul and Amy have done a great job, and then specifically to Paul in regards to balance, I think the game is the best it's ever been. Obviously, I think Rice is a little stronger than they need to be, but any character can still beat Rice. It's not like ridiculous. I just think they could be slightly adjusted, but again, not a huge deal. But with every balance change, it's gotten better in terms of balance. There was a second there where we weren't sure what we needed to do with Noodle, but now I think Noodle is a threat and super fun and super unique. So yeah, if they keep going in that direction, just adding the polish and Amy keeps adding the art, it's great. It's awesome. I love it.
It looks bright. I was introduced to this game by my friend back in October, and I've just played it ever since. Find it super fun. I haven't gotten bored of it like ever, and it's just really great game overall. And I really hope to see the future of it.
I think the balance is at a pretty nice spot right now. Most of the characters are close. That there are going to be some characters that are slightly weaker, slightly stronger. That's just the way it is. There are always going to be low tier and top tier characters. And as for the game itself and the player base, it looks like it's growing. We're seeing lots of newer players just step into the game and enjoy what they're doing here. So I say the future of TLA looks pretty bright. Still a beta game, so not everybody can be taking it seriously entirely, but once all the artwork is done and once the balance is completely finished, well, mostly finished, I'd say the game would be looking pretty good.
I think it's pretty good. Yeah, like in terms of the audience, it's geared towards. It's definitely, I think, a good introduction to fighting games as a whole, since it's like super simplified in many ways. And I'm looking forward to both the character arts coming out, and soon the game's going to be polished and going out of its beta, which will be pretty exciting. So I think the game has a good future in general.
I've been having these thoughts recently, and it's like TLA is in a really interesting place. Like with the new Noodle rework, we've kind of unlocked a whole creative side of what TLA could be. Like soups and cancels and traps and like really weird setups. So I'm thinking like, do you think other characters can have that? But at the same time, like TLA is supposed to be a simple game. So I'm really interested to see like how complex can we make a simple game? I think TLA can be really fun. TLA is already really fun. So see, that's the thing. Like, if it's simple, if it's complex, it's still fun to me. So I just want to see where the fun goes. I want people to enjoy this game. That's like my main vibe. I just want people to enjoy this game that I enjoy and appreciate the things I appreciate. Fun should always be at the very top of what we want in a game. And I want everyone to realize that. If you're not having fun with the game, what's the point, right?
I think Tough Love Arena, I honestly cannot see too much changing in the future because like Tough Love Arena is already in like a really good state of balance right now because like none of the characters are really bad at all, and then like every character can like win a major. That's like very important. But at the same time, like that was kind of the state of the game like almost a year ago, and it's still like way different now.
Yeah, that's about it. All I have to ask. Congratulations on winning the entire completely normal tournament.
Thank you, thank you.
And kudos for you to do this interview with me and getting all this valuable information. And
Yeah, happy to do it.
yeah, take it easy, Phil.
All right, take care, Ellington. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.